Welcome back to Elvis Photos. Thank you to all the super thanks you've been leaving me today and yesterday. I greatly appreciate it. Let's get on with the video here. Well, happy Saturday, everybody. This is Elvis Photos. Just got back from the golf tournament. I hate to say I didn't win it, but I was winning through 6 holes. That's that's all I can say. Many thanks, Joe, says Lydia. I believe that's what, Lydia Cott, 2548. I like Linda, but I'm feeling something white envy to her. Sorry. I'm not quite sure. You might need to retype that, unless I'm just reading it wrong. But I appreciate you commenting here. Finished tied for 6th. It was a blustery, very cold day with the wind in Tennessee. And that's never fun to golf. I don't know if you guys out there, ladies and gentlemen, golf at all, but I prefer my golf to be 72 degrees or 75 degrees and no wind. But it is what it is. I still was fortunate enough to get out and play. And had a good time, ultimately. So, yeah, I mean, that interview that I put out on the channel a little bit earlier, y'all are up in arms about it. It made me mad, too. The people that were interviewing her were Dunder Muffins. They were just straight, like, Priscilla worshipers. It was pretty sick. I know, Jimmy, no businesswoman, give me a break. Actress, smack my head, yeah, right? Patricia, you say she makes me sick. She has trashed Elvis, thrown him to the wolves, and she reckons he was the love of her life, and she still is. What a load of rubbish. She even wants to be buried by the side of him, even if it means having someone dug up for her to take the place. She had numerous lovers, had a child by Garibaldi, and brought the child up on Elvis's money, even them both taking a big chunk out of Lisa Marie's will, which was meant for her children. Lisa Marie hadn't even gone cold before she filed a lawsuit. What kind of a mother could do that? And to top it all off, going against Lisa's wishes, the two of them deprived Lisa Marie's children of their inheritance. Shame on her and her son, Nav. That is the truth. Nav Navarone did get a lot of Lisa's money. I think it was 10% of the inheritance. And we do know that Riley was ticked off. Ticked off that her mom could literally... that her grandma would literally sue her. And we all know that Priscilla was by Lisa's bedside, and the family, quote unquote, made a decision. And according to the book, Riley's not the one that said pull the plug. So, to me, I mean, it just makes me really feel like she wanted Lisa gone for the money, and she didn't realize she was cut out. Jimmy couldn't have been so lonely, too lonely with Steve Peck and Mike Stone, yeah, and whoever else. Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q. Always good to see your name on here popping up. Priscilla, shy? No. Ex-wife of Elvis? Yes. So many people obviously do not know her true life story, including the changes in her versions of truth throughout the years. It's tragic and continually surprising how no one does research about what really happened regarding Graceland, her suing Elvis for more money, and the lien on Graceland shortly before he died. What about the money she stole from her daughter's inheritance? What about Lisa's book, the abuse, neglect, cold-hearted way she treated her? What about the lawsuit against her granddaughters 2 weeks after Lisa's death for money? This is so upsetting to know that so many people either refuse to see the truth or just don't bother to do their research before interviewing her. I need to take a long walk. Made it to the end. Thanks for being on here, and yeah, frustrating for me as well. Isabella, so many lies, ex-widow, ex-wife, yeah. Trista, now you were throwing out some timestamps here. 1406, woo, thanks for raising my blood pressure today, Joe. OMG, this made me mad. This is disgusting. Sorry, I wasn't trying to raise your blood pressure, but yeah, I get it. I know that a lot of y'all that have been on this channel for a while get it. I'm just hoping to continue to catch the new Elvis fans and the people that might look at it thinking that are Priscilla fans and then find out really who she is. 811, she just threw Elvis under the bus. It was all his fault, huh? 551, isn't everything she's saying a lie according to the child bride? Well, Priscilla doesn't subscribe to any version of truth besides the one that she makes up on the spur of the moment. Trista, so yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. 148, let me stop right there, ma'am. Ex-wife of the king. So, yeah, appreciate you hopping on here, Trista. Hey, and you did ask something about whether something was a repost the other day. I did post something over on on the Elvis and the Legends channel, but it just got no views. And I thought, you know what? What's the point if it's not going to get views? So I moved it over here. Hey, Jennifer, I refuse to call Priscilla names, so you're a fan, okay? I will say that I was married the entire time I was building my photography career. I still use the last name because of work. My ex thanked me for branding the last name, I think is what you said. Well, I would just suggest maybe watching some of my child bride videos. I don't have a problem necessarily with somebody using a last name, but when it's done after you have spent a lifetime with somebody, in a sense, torturing them for being a person that you never were. I mean, it's very difficult. Listen, I get it. I get that you use your married name, and a lot of people do. But anyhow, thanks for showing up on here, and just do some more research on this whole child bride book that I have a video series. Just click on my name, Rarest Photos, and maybe learn a little bit more about Priscilla. Those two gushing twits, Laura says. Prissy's always making money off Elvis, acting like she is so sweet, OMG. On that note, hey, why don't I play Prissy B Should Lose the Presley Name?
Lisa was the sweetest girl. Her daddy loved her so. Prissy took her to L.A., replaced Elvis with Mike Stone. Then she ran out of cash and sued the king of rock and roll. Made him sell his royalties and play show after show. She put Elvis in an early grave, then laughed upstairs at Graceland. At least that's what a witness said, when Prissy should have saved him. Instead she drank poor Elvis and took Lisa Marie away. Elvis fans, they don't forgive her to this very day. Prissy B should lose the Presley name. Now that Lisa's gone, she left us with her book, telling us all that Prissy B and Michael Edwards took. Took her joy and took her dreams, took her innocence away. And Prissy has the nerve to still get up on stage. She put Elvis in an early grave, then laughed upstairs at Graceland. At least that's what a witness said, when Prissy should have saved him. Instead she drank poor Elvis and took Lisa Marie away. Elvis fans, they don't forgive her to this very day. Prissy B should lose the Presley name. Now that Lisa's gone, she left us with her book, telling us all that Prissy B and Michael Edwards took. Took her joy and took her dreams, took her innocence away. And Prissy has the nerve to still get up on stage. She put Elvis in an early grave, then laughed upstairs at Graceland. At least that's what a witness said, when Prissy should have saved him. Instead she drank poor Elvis and took Lisa Marie away. Elvis fans, they don't forgive her to this very day. Prissy B should lose the Presley name. Prissy B should lose the Presley name.
All right, Patricia Hobson, you said made it to the end. Thanks, Joe. Glad that you're here, Patricia. Diane, 77E, obviously told them to introduce her as his wife. Also, she's not a widow. They were divorced for almost 4 years. Great points that you're making there. Jane Mustian says, lie after lie after lie. Very true. If I looked like her, I would not be granting any interviews. She ruined her face. While we read some more wonderful comments, here's The Shadow of the King that I wrote for Elvis.
The shadow of the king still haunts the Memphis night in the dimming southern light. Graceland comes alive. He walks those southern halls, his footsteps fall and fall, until those gates up front swing wide and bring his fans inside. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night. Memories like a song keeps the king walking on. He is still amazed. We love him to this day. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night. Memories like a song keeps the king walking on. He is still amazed. We love him to this day. Elvis looks out, smiles down at the crowd, from his window way up high at Graceland, watching time go by, watching over us all, day after day, night after night, day after day, night after night.
Wendy says years ago they always said that Lisa Marie found him and went and got Ginger. Yeah, the stories have changed about that as well. I don't know exactly what happened. Brenda Eubank, 9847. Yep, smacked my head a couple of different times. I see that and puked. Phil McCracken, Boyu. Babaloo, Bobblehead. Yep, Boyu. That's how you pronounce your last name, I guess. Or whatever. I like to call her Bobblehead or Prissy B. Jason Bird. Let me clarify something. She's the ex-wife, not the wife of Elvis Presley. I know you need to call that news station and clarify it. That's for sure. Let me see. Classic Red 123. When I listened to this video I had previously seen, I had known that without inside help she wouldn't have met Elvis. I know when Gladys died afterwards she was introduced. I know being the child she perhaps felt pain and then hurt Elvis. I know she didn't stop hurting Elvis and she revenged him and also avenged herself. I know she used herself to accumulate Elvis's assets. I know she was aggressive. I know she was harmful. I know she was the one taking Polaroids. I know she was in control. Huh, interesting. Maybe she was the one taking the Polaroids or wanting to have those taken. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that before. Linda says, I don't believe Prissy Pants ever loved Elvis. She was a gold digger from day one and still digging. If she was such a great actress, why hasn't she done more? Very good point. Seems to me she was a flash in the pan. The Presley name took her as far as it could, and she had no talent to continue her acting career. She's only famous for riding Elvis's coattails. Apparently, her mother never taught her to say nothing if you can't say something nice. She should practice that when speaking of Elvis and stop blaming him for everything that went wrong in their marriage. She was not an innocent in their story. And then Paula just doesn't like watching Priscilla. I get it. Well, on that note, let's play a song that I wrote for Elvis called There's Only One King.
There's one king above all, a light that never fades, a name that we call in every prayer we say. Through every storm we face, he stands tall and true, lifts us up with his grace, and shows what love can do. There's only one king, that's Jesus. Only one king that guides and frees us. Every eye closed and every hand raised. There's only one king, that's Jesus. Set Elvis up on stage. Darkest of the nights, when hope seems all but lost, his light it shines so bright because he took up the cross. There's only one king, that's Jesus. Only one king that guides and frees us. Every head bowed and every hand raised. There's only one king, that's Jesus. Set Elvis up on stage. Darkest of the nights, when hope seems all but lost, his light it shines so bright because he took up the cross. There's only one king, that's Jesus. Only one king that guides and frees us. Every head bowed and every hand raised. There's only one king, that's Jesus. Set Elvis up on stage. His life for us so that we all may live. Only one king, that's Jesus. Only one king that guides and frees us. Every head bowed and every hand raised. There's only one king, that's Jesus. Set Elvis up on stage.
Yeah, that's a very good comment there as well. Benjamin voiced what Scientology does to kids. Hope Riley sees through it and doesn't raise her daughter in it. I don't know. I mean, I think that she's still in Scientology. It's sad. Satin. Sorry, what the clincher to this was the letters. Wow. She thinks reality was different. Yep. All right, so we're going to play one more song and get out of here, and I will get back to reading some of the books, the Linda Thompson book, the Linda, Jeannie, and Elvis book, I haven't got the Linda Thompson biography yet, and then we need to read more Child Bride, Are You Lonesome Tonight? We got to finish From Here to the Great Unknown. Flora, I appreciate this comment. I agree with it completely.
I'm in a blue suede dream tonight, and feel the rhythm come alive. My heart beats to every Elvis song. On my turntable I turn on. Hound dog echoes in my veins. Jailhouse rocking through the years. We're all the part of him that remains as we wipe away our tears. We say thank you to the mailman. Say our grace and our amens. Live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Feel the tremor in the night. Guitar strings start to hum. And the stars up there so big and bright as Elvis starts to strum. We say thank you to the mailman. Say our grace and our amens. Live our life in God trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Just a blue moon in the sky, can't help falling but don't wonder why. Elvis' spirit never dies in our soul. For all our lives we say thank you to the mailman, say our grace and our amens. Live our life in God we trust. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us. Yeah, Elvis is alive in all of us.
John Eli says, what's up with her face? She has all the charm of a lamprey. I feel my energy being drained just listening to her for a minute. What a vampire. That's sad, isn't it? I mean, you know, she probably could have done such a better job in this world, just trying to be who she was instead of a fake person. And maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's just who she's always been. DT says, I wouldn't call it a show unless you call degrading Elvis performing. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to her quote-unquote show. But it looks like Soul Dad Bustos 9511 is a big Priscilla fan. Let us know what's so great about her show. Because you said good interview, Priscilla. I don't see anything wrong. I don't believe Curry Grant booked money and business. It's more than just Curry Grant. It's everybody that knew her. That being said, TCB everybody. I appreciate y'all, and hopefully y'all see that I liked and hearted your comments. I don't know how to say your username, but this is a good comment as well. How many more lies will she come up with? She was a modest girl. She didn't pursue Elvis. She never wanted to be an actress. What kind of business acumen? She didn't even know how to manage money at all. She didn't save Graceland. No one was going to sell it. Yeah, she doesn't know how to manage money because she was broke when Bridget Cruz took her over. All right, TCB TLC. Till next time, this is Rare Elvis Photos.